Hey guys, it's Exio the What If Wizard, and sorry that I haven't posted in a while. Um, Lack of motivation, ADHD, life, but if you like this video, or like my videos, and you please subscribe and leave a like and comment something, like another what if idea, and I will post a Discord link to my Discord. Um, uh, I have a few channels and stuff in there, but if, but anyways, enough with my rambling. Let's get into the what if, and uh, sorry about that. um, we start off with Deku at the age of 4, you know, that kind of thing, and everything is canon-ish, except for a few things. He still takes notes about here. He's still canon, but he took up martial arts, and so yeah. By the way, so yeah, let's time skip to about when he's about 10. He, you know, uh, starts getting visions of different Power Ranger teams and some other things. And, these go on for all the way up till, last day of middle school, where, things go usually as canon. He, gets bullied and stuff. But he, everything is, same thing as, the anime, up until he starts to go home. When he's nearby the underpass, the underpass, he starts to notice, a green aura around him. And the green aura starts to kind of go up. Or, well, it starts to go up. And it's weird to him. And then a solid green light, kind of like, if you seen those anime that a character has this light kind of outline, it begins to look like that. Then he starts floating upwards, and just before the slush villain comes out, he shoots up in the sky and shoots towards a random direction, faster than anything on Earth. And to him, it feels like a few seconds, but to the world outside, it's like under a millisecond. And, you know, he starts to land-ish, but there's nothing for him to land to or land inside. And I'm gonna pause the present right here and go back to explain some things. So in this universe, Power Rangers did exist. Um, they started in 1993 with Mighty Morphin, then went up all the way to 2009. Then from 2009 to around 2015, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came back and did the work. But in 2014, quirks started to pop up, and by 2015, they stopped. Power Rangers stopped coming out because people were handling themselves fine. And over the years, they have been forgotten about. Nobody knows about them. Well, some people know about them, but to them it's just a myth that Power Rangers existed. Also, to let people know, I am doing a canon timeline of My Hero Academia, which, if you didn't know, around in the mid 2100s and not 2014. That's when the anime the manga came out. But the show is actually set in the mid 2100s. So, yeah, it's been quite over 100 years, and by that time they have been all forgotten. But now I am going to jump forward to the present timeline, where by now Deku has fallen and crashed on the ground. Luckily, it was sand, so he landed in sand and kind of tumbled. And he gets up, brushes himself off, and starts to wonder where he is. And he walks around. He walked around for a while, trying to figure out where he is compared to where he was at the underpass and home. Then he kind of catches his foot on something metal. What is this? He brushes off sand, revealing a hatch. Why is there a hatch here? He grabs the handle and opens it. He goes down, and it looks to be like a ship. And there's no power, or at least if there was any, it's not on. He goes around and he finds the generator. And he looks it up and down and sees how to turn it on. And he presses, and he turns it on, but it sparks. It doesn't fully go on. The ship's AI says emergency power online. Some lights come back on, so he sees that he is, he sees his surroundings, and he sees a toolbox. He goes, grabs the toolbox, and he's trying to find the manual for the generator. And the ship's AI shows a hologram of the blueprints on how to fix and what is wrong. He fixes it up, puts all the hoses back in, and he flips it on once again, and it starts cycling up. And the ship AI begins to say, life support online, defense online, weapons online, doors, all doors online, all controls online. And it goes through and the whole ship is turning on. Then it says Ranger Armory online. And he questions it. And he says, what is the Ranger Armory? And he asks the AI, hey AI, my name is Deku. Deku, where is the Ranger Armory? I shall light the path to it. Lights on the floor start to light up. He follows them to a room with ranger outfits all around it and morphers, but for some reason only one kind of morpher is open at this time. Now, I will say this. He is gonna get all the Rangers from 2000, from Mighty Morphin to RPM. But I did sprinkle a little bit of Super Sentai in a singular Common Rider. And I'll tell you when the time comes what Common Rider. But I will tell you what Super Sentais I will put in. I put in Go Kaija, Go Buster, Rule Soldier, and the Super Sentai version of Dino Charge. I do not know how to say its name, but right now for the whole series, that is what Rangers Super Sentai I'm gonna put in. But back to the story. He looks around the cases. All cases are locked. But I'm gonna pause this because I forgot to say something again. He will be able to easily go from morpher to morpher. I will do that. And he will turn into every single ranger from the team. But I'm gonna make it so some rangers are more powerful than others of the same team because of certain things he can do, such like I'm gonna just move on with the story and I'll explain. He can't take any morpher or thing from any pedestals except for one. It was in front of a green suit with what looks like to be a shield thing for the guy's chest. He sees 3 coins that when he reaches for them, they are hop up and fuse into one that changes with something he says, or no, it changes to what he wants. So he was thinking of the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin, so it changed into the Dragon Power Coin. He takes out the morpher, and the knowledge of the morpher goes into his head, so he already knows how to morph. He puts the coin in, and he says, it's morphin' time. Then Dragon Zord, typical Ranger fashion. And it kinda worked. By kinda, I mean that he got the suit, but there was no weapons, no dragon dagger, no blaster, no sword. All he had was the green suit, and that's it. No shield, nothing. And then he puts together that he has to train with each of the suits or each kind of thing, and like with the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, he has to kind of train in the basic suits before he can get the shield and all the powers. And so Deku guides him to the training area, and he trains for, I say, an hour, and the blaster appears on his side. The kind of regular blasters the other rangers have, and he's exhausted at this point because he's been fighting really tough enemies to get the blaster. And he starts wandering around and looking at all the rooms and, exploring. He comes to the main deck, the control deck, and he asks Deku where he is. And Deku says, "You're in the Sahara Desert." And he's freaking out because he doesn't know how to get home. Then the engine kicks on, and it starts rising up from the sand, shaking the sand off, dusting it off, and revealing the megaship from in space. It blasts off to and it gets to Japan in around I like to say an hour or so, and and Deku engaged the cloaking, or the cloak, and the whole ship turned invisible, and it's dropped from any radar ever made, except for space kind of thing, but not like human. It's dropped from normal human technology kind of radar, not alien. Okay? So it flies, he demorphs, and it got him to a open area where he could step out and, go home easily. So he gets home about 10 o'clock at night, and then his mom's been freaking out like a lot, and then he comes in. His mom scolds him for coming back that late. He goes to bed, wakes up, and sees a little device on his table, on his desk, and it has a note on it. And it says, please take this communicator to teleport to the megaship and to contact any other Ranger ally or teleport to any other base of operations from the Power Rangers. And he does not know what Power Rangers are. So he looks up online. He finds one article from 1999, so about the time of Lost Galaxy, about the Power Rangers on the Lost Galaxy. I forgot the name, but the whole kind of city with the thrusters, and you know, Power Ranger fans know what I'm talking about. That one. And it the article says the building launched and it's on its journey to visit outside worlds, further human knowledge of alien species, or further the knowledge of our further get greater knowledge of space. And then the next article he sees about that is it had crashed, or it was lost in space hundreds of years ago, and everybody got off it before things happened, but nobody knows where it is now or where it could be. So he asked Deku, hey Deku, can you find this ship, this city in space? And Deku says, yes, let me start the search now. I will inform you on your communicator when I find a potential location. And he trains someone else in the middle of the woods with his blaster and his Green Ranger form. And it's been a good 5 hours, and he's just training his marksmanship and training his physical body, push-ups, sit-ups, hand-to-hand combat, working on his martial arts. And then he starts to see, he sees the dragon dagger come on his side, and he then starts training with that. He's done training about 8-ish in the evening, and he's like, oh shoot, I need to get home fast. And he starts running, and he powers down, and he gets home around 8:45, and he's home before curfew. But his mom's still kind of annoyed that he's got home this late. But they eat dinner. He goes to sleep. Let's do a little time skip to about a week later. He has unlocked his shield, but he's trying to unlock his Zord. He's trying to activate the Dragon Sword. and he's trying, but he doesn't know the tune at all. So he fiddles around with stuff. He unlocks how to make the Dragon Sword fire, how to get it to transform or make a Megazord with the other Zords. And then he starts to play a familiar tune, and the ground kind of rumbles a little bit, but he stops and looks to side like, what just happened? And the kind of, and he stops and just trains with how to use the dagger like a dagger. And he gets more powerful, and he learned how to create like a green fireball that he can shoot. It kind of scorches the trees just a little bit. To a regular human, it would push them back, or does like a little, does like a punch worth of damage. So yeah. Um. Okay. So after he's training with the dagger, he goes back home, and another week goes by, and then he tries that same song again, and he keeps playing it, and the ground shakes more and more. Then he hears a voice saying Dragon Sword Online. And then the Dragon Sword comes up from the ocean nearby, or the lake nearby, and he tells it to go back down. Nobody notices it, strangely, but it goes back, and he has reactivated the Dragon Sword. And then he starts to glow, and the AI in his helmet says Green Ranger full power unlocked. He demorphs, and he changes the coin to the red Mighty Morphin Ranger, and he transforms, does kinda the same thing, trains for weeks. It's been around 2 weeks, and he finally unlocks all the weapons, but not the Zord. So he has the power sword, the blaster, the sword, and the power sword. He has unlocked all of those, and he doesn't know how to call the T-Rex sword. So he tries a couple things like Zord summon. Then he says dinosaur power, and the T-Rex Zord comes out of a kind of mountain, a volcano, and he desummons it, and it goes back in. Again, no one somehow noticed. But he did. Uh, he unlocked the full power, and now he's on to the White Ranger. This one took a while to get the full power for it. This one took Green Ranger took about a little bit over a week. Red Ranger took a little bit over 2 weeks. This one took about 2 months to get Saba the chest shield thing. Fans know what I'm talking about. And he's talking to Saba, learning how to use Saba, learning how to shoot lasers, and at the 3-month mark and 4 month he's been trying to summon the Tiger. He knows how to summon it, but it's just not coming. Then he finally summons it, and he sends it back like usual, but this time someone notices. Someone who he shouldn't want someone to notice. The guy looks like a humanoid, but with silver accents and kind of muscle-like outside, and the silver is covering that part. He has a staff with a Z on top, and a Z on top of the visor on top, with something like a brain exposed. That's right, Lud said. And he spends some time training his body and not his Power Ranger form for about, let's see, about 7 months. He trains for the UA entrance exam, and I am going to leave that for the next part. If you have liked this video and this what if, I will continue no matter how many likes or how many likes I get. I like doing this. It's a hobby for me, but writer's block and stuff. But if you did like this video and this what if, I will be making more. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment an idea of what if I can do, or maybe just comment if you like the video. Comment anything. Maybe gives me some tips. And I do have a Discord. I'm gonna put that in the description. But anyways, I will see you all later. Bye.